Friendship, starring Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. Tim Robinson, of course, was he's the star of this comedy series where he pulls like pranks.
69.
He pulls pranks in this comedy series, and one of the clips I can't watch it because I'll die. He was in I Love You Man with Paul Rudd. He was in a show and then has like a life crisis in the middle of doing it's cringe comedy at its best. Alan, tell me
is I had the notes here. Let me okay, here we go. Tim Robinson plays Craig Waterman. He lives in a modest town with his wife Tammy, played by Kate Mara, sorry. And Paul Rudd is the local weatherman. Craig is encouraged to go out and find friends. He spends too much time at home with his son. And one day he gets a package for Austin, played by Paul Rudd. He goes and delivers it, and the two become real good friends. A whirlwind of romance, if you will. And he's invited to guys' night out on a Friday night. And Craig is having a hard time blending in with the guys. And then boxing time happens where the guys get a helmet. He loses and then sucker punches him. And then that's when things get creepy. Austin kicks Craig out of the guy group, and Craig has to do whatever he can to get back in. This is probably one of the most cringiest comedies I've seen in a very long time.
Well, I was fortunate to see it at an early screening. It was open to the public, by the way. It was one of those early access that AMC will do sometimes. So I saw it on Monday, and the audience went nuts. It was a packed audience. In fact, they had 2 early access screenings, and both were sold out, nearly sold out. The audience went nuts. Yeah. There was a Q&A after that was done in the dark with cameras like heat vision. It was done completely black, and they did the Q&A. It was very funny.
Tim and Paul were there, or
yeah, Tim and Paul. No, it was filmed. It was video.
Oh, okay.
They filmed it with the director. I love this film. It's a very simple story, and Tim Robinson's character just is over the top with his cringe. What happens with his wife is just insane. And the whole weatherman angle, he's kind of a desperate weatherman that's not very good at his job, which is hilarious. And what I like is Paul Rudd. We saw Paul Rudd in that unicorn movie, which was not great.
Death of a Unicorn.
Death of a Unicorn, not great. This is phenomenal. Back to form for Paul Rudd. If you liked I Love You Man, this is in that vein of just sort of male friendships and that kind of cringe comedy. And Tim Robinson, if you've not seen that show that he does, it's just absolutely hysterical. So I don't know. This is a strong recommend from me. I loved it. And it's good. It's a comedy that does not overstay its welcome. I'm not going to say what the running time is. You can guess, but it's close to my favorite running time. Yep. So this is a strong recommend from me. I don't know what you think. I'm recommending it. And it's also, it's like, I couldn't predict where it was going to go, especially in the middle of, there'll be no spoilers here. In the middle, there's a weird turn the film takes story-wise where you're like, what? And that pays off. It's just very funny.
I agree. I really love this movie. I think the best way to cringe comedies are difficult to watch because it's cringe. Craig just makes one bad decision after the other, and you watch this guy spiral out of control or spiral downward. And at every point you think to yourself, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, of course he does it.
Yeah.
And the thing with Tammy in the middle of the movie is hilarious. God. The reason I hesitate is because cringe comedies, they're like horror films. It's like, oh my God, this is going to get worse. Oh, it's going to get worse. And, it's by design. And the filmmaker, the director, we have a Q&A in the member channel. with a Q&A with the director, and it's just all intentional. And this is Tim Robinson at his best, the nice guy who goes dark and has no self-awareness. He cranks it to 11 in this movie.
Yeah, strong recommend from me. So there you go.